Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamunā Tira Vanachari. Yamunā Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamunā Tira Vanachari. Yamunā Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Jai Radha Madhav, Shri Radhe, Jai Radha Madhav, Shri Radhe, Jai Gaura Nitai, Jai Mayapur Sasi, 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 Jai Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra Mai, Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra Mai, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Vrindavan Dham, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Vrindavan Dham, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev. श्री नाम संकीर्तन की
जय,
समवेत भक्त वृंद की
जय,
हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So welcome you all once again. Ongoing discussion of Srimad Bhagavatam. So today we'll continue. Okay. Just one second. Okay. Let's chant the prayers. The Mangalacharan. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Pankajanaභaya Namaha Pankajamaline Namaha Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangrahe Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschyata Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Hare
dear devotees.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Welcome you all once again on our ongoing discussion on the Bhagavatam. So we have yesterday we have discussed a bit the mood and we understood about what actual the Rasa Leela is, and that is basically
चला नहीं पाएगा भाई ना उन्हें डेबी तो मुंडे नु लाना चलो ठीक
Okay.
है
that's basically okay. So that's basically the topmost love of the Gopīs and what actually we can achieve as well. So we discussed a bit more very elaborately, not elaborately, but at least in a nutshell, we tried to understood about how and how we can say that this act of Lord is not immoral, and this is all divine, this is all transcendental, that we tried to understood yesterday. All right. So moving from there, so that's the important thing we discussed about, that this is not immoral, and then we discussed about how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I think Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was he has appeared in this world in this to give this Harinama to us. However, he was a very strict sannyasi, but and I know he was not used to even touch the shadows of women. However, he glorified this love of Gopīs, so that cannot be immoral in any sense, right? So that's how. So let's try to go in this 5 chapters. There's a called as Rasa Pancha Adhyaya. This is basically kind of the essence to get the love of Lord Krishna, right? And we discussed a bit more about this. This whole pastime was orchestrated by Yogamaya, not by Mahamaya. And then also we discussed about how even Lord Shiva and Narada Muni, who were exalted devotees, they wanted to enter in the pastimes of Lord, and they wanted to see Lord in that, right? So having said that, I'll recite again that I do not have any qualification, neither any realizations, nor any kind of to express these pastimes, to go deeper in the pastimes. So I'll just we'll just go on the kind of few important points, and then we'll cross these pastimes. So once what happened after Govardhan, Krishna did the Govardhan lifting of Govardhan hill, and the next year, after a year, in the full moon night of Sharad Rishu, or in just autumn, and there it's a full moon night of Ashwini, and that's called a Sharad Purnima as well. We very well know about this Sharad Purnima. And then Krishna, he played his flute in the night. And then, so as discussed earlier, when Krishna used to play his flute, even all the Gopīs and the cows, they used to hear their own name that Krishna is calling. In a similar way, these Gopīs, they also heard this flute song, which are vibrating from by Krishna's lotus leaves, and they were engaged. They were engaged in all the activities, in the household activities, like someone was maybe cooking something, someone was maybe giving prasada to his husband or her husband or something. All or some was other, they are engaged in their duties. And as soon as they heard this vibration of flute, they left everything and they proceeded toward the spot where Krishna was standing. Even all the family members, maybe her husband or parents, they wanted to stop them, but still they disregarded everything and they just went towards Krishna, and I was thinking, Krishna is calling me, right? So in this way, once as soon as they heard the sound vibration of Lord Krishna's flute, they all ran away towards the place where Krishna was standing. And Srila Rupa Goswami, in the purport is being mentioned very nicely that Srila Rupa Goswami has written a very nice verse. This is basically kind of in a negative sense, it's being stated that Rupa Goswami says a very nice verse within the one of the Gopīs advises another. He says, "My dear friend, if you desire to enjoy this company of material society, friendship and love, then please do not see that smiling boy Govinda." So just try to understand what Rupa Goswami is saying. Is saying it in a different way, in a negative way, or maybe kind of indirectly he's saying something. Rupa Goswami, he's saying, I'll repeat, "My dear friend, if you desire to enjoy the company of material society or material happiness, friendship and love, then please do not see that smiling boy Govinda or Krishna, who is standing on the bank of Yamunā and playing his flute, his lips brightened by the beams of the full moonlight." So the means is that Srila Rupa Goswami indirectly instructs that one who has been captivated by the beautiful smiling face of Krishna has lost all attractions for the material enjoyment. So that is how the Krishna's lotus face is. When we see the Krishna's face, it's everything, all material things has gone away. And that is how Rupa Goswami explains that. And then when this Gopi heard about this flute, and they all ran away, and they actually somehow or other they found where Krishna was there. And then by seeing all these things, when the Gopis came, the Krishna indirectly teased them. What he told, he said that, "Oh ladies of Vrindavana, you are very fortunate and you are very dear to me. However, I am very much pleased that you have come here, and I hope everything is well in Vrindavan. Now, please order me, what can I do for you? And what is the purpose of your coming here in the dead of night? And kindly take your seat and let me know what can I do for you." And then Krishna instructed them that this time is for very fierce jungle. They roam here in this forest, and the tigers, the bear, jackals, and wolves, they are actually they roam around in this time, in the dark night, and therefore it is very dangerous for you all. And even you cannot find any secure place here. So please, it's my request that every one of you go back to your home, and do not take any risk and coming here in this night, and please return back immediately without delay. And it says, "My dear friends, I can understand that you have left your home without the permission of your guardians or family members. Therefore, I think your mothers, your fathers, your elder brothers, and even your sons, and what to speak of your husband, they must be very anxious to find you. So this is my request. Please go back to your home immediately. However, this Gopis, they said, no, please do not talk these cruel words. Remember, we discussed earlier, maybe in a couple of chapters earlier, this Brahmanas, wife of Brahmanas, when they came to see Krishna, even that time also, Krishna told the same thing to them. He says, you please go back. And also Krishna told that, to remember me, you can actually meditate on me, you can actually worship my deity form, and you can hear my activities. By that also you can be immersed in my transcendental, transcendental pastimes. So there is no need to have physical connection or physical association. So that's how you return back. And by advising the Brahmanas, wives of Brahmanas, the Brahmanas wives, they agreed somehow, and then they went back to their husband. But these Gopis, they denied. They said, you should not talk like that. Now we have given up everything and just to take your shelter. And then, however, then Krishna agreed, though Krishna was teasing them, and then the Krishna agreed, and then they all went towards the bank of Yamunā, and there they enjoyed this Rasa pastime. And this Gopi were blessed with all the mercies by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they enjoyed the company of Krishna, and without any tinge of mundane sex life. So that's been described there. And then these Gopis is being described. We will see in a couple of more chapters ahead that Krishna expanded himself as many Gopis. So there, in between two Gopis, one Krishna is there, and Krishna expanded himself in that many as Gopis, and he was playing this Rasa dance. He was doing the dance, and then these Gopis, they became to feel proud that, wow, I'm so fortunate that Krishna is actually accompanying me. And due to that, they got some pride. And then Krishna wanted again to show his mercy, causeless mercy, and to curb their false pride. He immediately disappeared from the scene. And that's also, Subhadra Goswami mentioned that as Krishna was on the middle of this Rasa dance, but still he left this whole pastimes. And that also says that Krishna's is one of his qualities, renunciation. He was not attached to these pastimes. He just left as he wished. And Krishna returns, actually basically he disappeared from the Gopis, and Krishna is self-sufficient. He is not dependent on anything. He's Atmaram. And then that's why this platform is also called this transcendental pastimes of Lord Krishna. And then once Krishna went away from them, and they could not find Krishna anymore, and then this Sudha Goswami says, after Krishna disappeared from them, suddenly these Gopis, they felt very sorrow at losing sight of Krishna, and then they sang loudly about Krishna, and then they started searching for Krishna throughout the Vrindavana. They are searching like a band of or gang of madwomen, and they are going. They're asking to trees, to the plants, to whatever they could see. They are asking, have you seen our Lord Krishna, who is infallible? Had he walked in this way, or have you gone in this way? Just please tell me. To the trees, to the even to Tulsi Maharani and everyone, they have asked to everything, even the flowers, even the earth, whomsoever they could find, they asked about Krishna, where he has gone. And then where they were so much absorbed in the thought of Krishna, they started remembering Krishna's pastimes, all these pastimes of killing of Putana and the Saktashur and Trinavata. So one by one, Gopis, they tried to imitate. One became Krishna, and the other became Putana, and they did the pastimes. And then again, one became Saktashur, and then one became Krishna. One became Krishna, and then he broke that Saktashur, or that cart. And then one became Trinavarta. So in this way, they were absorbed in Krishna's pastimes, what had earlier been done by Krishna, and they were engaged in remembering Krishna's pastimes. However, they were very sorrow, and still they were searching for Krishna as well. And then the two gopis, they act like Rama and Krishna, and in the midst of all these coward boys, so other gopis, they acted as if like they are coward boys, and two of them are like Krishna and Balrama. And then they also display the pastimes of Lord Krishna by killing Vatsasur, Bakasur, and one became a snake Kalia, and one of Gopi, they see climbed her on her shoulder and danced like Krishna was dancing on the Kalia. So in this way, they were actually remembering everything and still searching for Krishna. And they could see some marks. We discussed many times earlier that when Krishna moves, and Krishna always goes in the Vrindavan as barefoot, so he puts the footprints over there, and they could see the marks of Krishna's flag, a lotus, and thunderbolt, and they could find that, okay, looks like Krishna has gone this way. And while they were following this Krishna's footprint, and they could also see that there is a mixture of one of other footprints, that is of a special gopi. So they could find that Krishna is actually walking around one of the special gopi, and that described that special gopi is Srimati Radharani. So the gopis, now they understood that Krishna has actually has left us with one of the gopi, and that one gopi, she was actually Srimati Radharani. And then that one gopi also, that Srimati Radharani, she became proud that Krishna has left others and he is giving me his association. And then she said that I am tired and I cannot walk anymore, so please carry me on your shoulder and take me wherever you want. So once Srimati Radharani told this, and Lord Krishna said, okay, climb on my shoulder. And as soon as he said, climb on my shoulder, and Krishna disappeared from there. So earlier, when Krishna left the gopis, all the gopis became sorrow, and they somehow or other find out that Krishna is left with one of the special gopis. And after that, that special gopi, she also got some pride that Krishna has alone came with me. And that also Krishna again went back, disappeared from the vision of Srimati Radharani. And then these other gopis, though, and they were searching, and they could find out this special gopi, Srimati Radharani. And then they actually could not follow anymore, and they were tired, and then they thought to return back to Yamunā. And then once they come back to the bank of river Yamunā, these gopis, they started glorifying or remembering Krishna in the mood of separation. So this chapter 31 is called as the Gopis songs for separation. They started remembering how even two things. They're saying how kind of merciful you are, at the same time how cruel you are that you have left us, right? And then this chapter is basically kind of, they are expressing their love for Krishna. That's gopis are singing about Krishna. So the gopis is saying, like they said, "Oh beloved, your birth in the land of Braja has made it extensively glorious, and thus Indira, the goddess of fortune, always resides here." So in Vrindavana, the goddess of fortune also resides there because Krishna is there, right? And then they said that, no, we have been searching everywhere for you, so please show yourself to us. So please come back and give us your vision, and we want to see you. And they glorified, "Oh greatest of personalities, you have repeatedly saved us from all kinds of dangers, from poisoned water, from terrible man-eater Agashur, from the great rain, from the wind demon, and from the thunderbolt of Indra. You have saved us from all the things, even from the bull demon and from Maya Danava, everyone. And you are not just a son of Yashoda, but you also reside in everyone's heart. And you dwell within the heart of all embodied soul. And you are who destroy the suffering of Braja people. So we all are Brajavasis, all sufferings are actually being destroyed by you. So please come back, please show your vision to us." and please accept us as your maid servant and show us your beautiful lotus feet again. And your lotus feet destroy the past sins of all souls who surrender unto you. So anyone who surrendered to Lord Krishna's, even Krishna says very well in Bhagavad Gita, it's a very famous verse, isn't it? Like, abandon all your dharma and surrender unto me. Sarva dharma parityaja mamekam saranam braja. So Krishna says, I will take all your sins. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshasya masucha. So be assured, I will take care of all your sins. So that's Gopis are glorifying the same. And they said that, oh Krishna, you have actually placed your feet on the hoods of Kaliya, and please give us that darshan of that foot again to us, and please place those foot on our bodies as well and fulfill our desire. And then they glorify Krishna's, and this is the one of the very, very important and very, very kind of essence verse. Basically you can say essence of essence. This verse is, it says, Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kabibhiridhitam kalmasapaham Shwanamangalam Shrimad Atatam Bhuvignitiye Bhurida Jana. They're saying there's Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam, your talks, even Krishna's word, Krishna's activities, all are nectar and nectar and nectar. Everything is full of nectar. They said the nectar of your words and the descriptions of your activities are the life and soul for those suffering in this material world. So if you want to have nectar, then we have to hear about Lord Krishna's word, Krishna's description, Krishna's activities. And these narrations transmitted by learned sages. This all, see, even Sukadeva Goswami, he is a very exalted Paramahansa, and he is describing about the pastimes of Gopis. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has confirmed about this. And all this, even Goswamis, they follow the footpath of these Gopis. And then this says this. That's why they says Gopis. These narrations transmitted by the learned sages eradicate one's sinful reactions and bestow good fortune upon whomsoever hears them. So that's how glorious is this about hearing the pastimes of Lord Krishna. What it does, it actually eradicates our sinful reactions, and not only eradicate, it also bestows good fortune to whomsoever hears the pastimes of Lord Krishna. And then Gopis narrates again, they says these narrations are broadcasted all over the world and are filled with spiritual power. So these cleanses our heart. It takes these are the life and soul of the devotees. These are eradicate sinful reactions. These bestow good fortune, and this also been filled with full spiritual power. And certainly those who spread this message of Godhead are most munificent. So in this single verse, the Gopi are describing Krishna is supreme. His description, his talk, his words are supreme, transcendental. And not only that, those who hear them, they also become slowly, gradually, their sins are purified. They clear all reactions, and they get good fortune. And then they are also glorified because they spread the message of Krishna. They say about the glories of Krishna to others. So Krishna is glorified, Krishna's bhakta is glorified, Krishna's pastimes are glorified, Krishna's holy name is glorified in just single one verse. That's why this is the essence of essence. And then they glorified again, saying, your smiles, your sweet, loving glances, that intimate pastimes and confidence talks we enjoy with you, all these are auspicious to meditate upon. So that's again very good point. What Gopis are saying, that these are the meditation of all the yogis as well. And then by hearing these pastimes, by hearing the prayers, by these Gopis, actually they are crying very loudly, weeping very loudly. And they says, when they condemn to Lord Brahma, they says, your lotus feet, which are worshipped even by Lord Brahma, they fulfill all the desires who bow down to them. Even they say that just by worshipping or by surrendering onto your lotus feet, all the desires are being fulfilled. And then they are claiming that they are the ornament of the earth. So your lotus feet is the ornament of the earth, and they give the highest perfection or highest satisfaction. And even in the time of danger, they are the appropriate object of meditation. So because the most dangerous thing in our life is what? Death, isn't it? Nothing else. Death is the one which gives everything. And at the time of death, if we can remember Krishna, we go back to Krishna's loka. That's confirmed in chapter 8 Bhagavad Gita, right? So and then they glorified these things, and then this says about that Lord Brahma, who has created these eyelids, when we want to see you, these eyelids, they come in between, and we can't meditate on you properly, right? So that's how they say, the one who has created these eyelids is not a good creator, and they are saying it to Lord Brahma as well, like that. When we eagerly want to look upon your beautiful face, and so lovingly, and with its ornament of with curly locks, curly hairs, our pleasure is hindered by our eyelids, which were fashioned by the foolish creator. So they are saying in an indirect way that Lord Brahma is a foolish creator who has actually put an eyelid so that we cannot see you properly. If you see in Banke Bihari in Vrindavan, so the curtain, it goes all quickly. Every 10 seconds is on and off, so that Krishna's face is so glorious that the devotees think that he might not get what we say in I'm not sure in English, you say in Hindi, najar na lag jaye. So that's how they used to put curtain all the time for Banke Bihari. So Krishna's face is so glorious, and then they say that please give to us just a bit of that medicine which counteracts the disease in your devotee's heart. So Krishna's presence, they are actually asking over there. And then our minds is therefore filled with anxiety that your tender fate might be wounded by the peoples as you roam around this forest path. And they are actually thinking about Krishna's all his pastimes, and they are crying out, weeping loudly, and they are actually very much eager to see Krishna. And then when Krishna understood this very well, and then Lord appeared again before the Gopis. So that's chapter 32. And when Krishna appeared in between them, and now Krishna wanted to fulfill their all desire. And when the Gopis saw this, their dearmost Krishna has returned to them, they were all stood up at once, as if like they are all tired, but they are all energetic now. And it was basically kind of mid of night, and then Lord was shining brilliantly, and is being worshipped by Gopis, as if like all the stars, and in the middle is the moon. And then Krishna here, he expanded himself in as many as Gopis, and then it was a kind of festive dance, which was they all became in a circle, and Krishna was he entered between each pair of the Gopis, and then each Gopi was thinking that Krishna was standing next to her alone. And in this way, Krishna has fulfilled the desire of all these Gopis. Even by seeing this, all the devatas, even the devatas and their wives, they were very much overwhelmed with eagerness to witness this Rasa dance, and they soon crowded the sky with their celestial airplanes. So to witness these pastimes of Lord Krishna, the Gopis, even all devatas, they came from heavenly planet to see the pastimes. And we discussed yesterday how Lord Shiva entered there, becoming a Gopi, or that's called a Gopeshwar Mahadev. So in that pastime also, Krishna somehow or other is being said that Krishna could see, he could feel that someone is not a Gopi here. And that's a different pastime. But the meaning is that all the devatas, they came there, they started glorifying, they like the Gandharvas, they started singing the song, and there are so many kind of instruments being played. They are being showering of flower happened from the sky, as if like rain is coming to them. In the similar way, Krishna has fulfilled the desire of all the gopis, and by dancing in the middle of these gopis. And like it's been described, when they were moving their hands while dance, their ankle blades, they were actually making a very rhythmic sounds, rhythmic kind of like looks like they are playing some instruments. In this way, this whole pastimes goes ahead. And Sukadeva Goswami, at the end of these chapters, he clears that one who is not a great controller should never try to imitate the behavior of ruling personalities, even mentally. So he's actually saying that no, we should not be imitating these things. And if out of foolishness an ordinary person does imitate such behavior, he will simply destroy himself. And he gives an example how it happens. So normally we see people, they say that okay, if Krishna is God and he can do this Leela, then why can't we? And we understood it yesterday very clearly that this is not mundane dance. It was all transcendental platform. And so Sukadeva Goswami explains here that as if a person is trying to drink ocean of poison, but he is not Rudra. And like Lord Shiva could drink the ocean of poison, isn't it? But if anyone wants to imitate this pastime of Lord Shiva drinking the poison, even just drinking a couple of drops, the person will die. Basically, he will destroy himself. So Sukadeva Goswami is warning to everyone that no, we should not try to imitate the behavior of Lord and think that this is immoral, and as if like Lord Shiva is drinking the poison. So many people say they try to imitate Lord Shiva, but Prabhupada says if you want to imitate Lord Shiva, try drinking some drops of poison. And Lord Shiva has drank all the ocean of poison, and we can't drink a couple of drops as well. So that's why these are the pastimes should not be imitated by any one of us. And then these coward men, they were actually bewildered by Krishna's illusory potency and thought that their wife had remained home at their side. Basically, now they all have come back after the pastimes. They have all back in their home, but still their husbands and others relatives, they were being bewildered by Krishna's potency, and they were thinking, okay, like my wives and others, they were actually at their home only, and they did not put any jealous feeling against them. And at the end, Sukadeva Goswami says that anyone who faithfully hears or describes this Lord's playful affairs with the young gopis of Vrindavana will attain the Lord's pure devotional service. So that's a benediction of hearing this pastime very faithfully and describing with faithfully. And he says, very important, says that he will quickly become sober and conquer lust, the disease of the heart. So the disease of our heart is the lust, and that is being conquered by hearing these pastimes very faithfully. Right. So that's how, in a very very brief way, I try to summarize these 5 chapters. It's called as a Rasa Pancha Adhyaya. Anyone have any questions, any thoughts? Please let me know. Okay. So I think all good for today. Sorry, I'm not qualified to go deeper in this pastime, so I just just took the important points and then we moved on with these pastimes. Okay, thank you everyone for taking part in this hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam continuously every day. Thank you everyone. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की
जय।
श्रील प्रभुपाद की
जय।
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की
जय।
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा।
Hare Krishna.